Good morning students, welcome to today's class. We are almost at the end of the chapter and today we are going to discuss about the cell organelles. What are cell organelles and what are their function? Well, cell organelles are the small cellular structures which are found in the cytoplasm and they are site for many functions, for example, respiration, transportation and extra. Let's see what are these cell organelles and what are their function and structure. I am going to first start with mitochondria. Where is mitochondria present in the cell and how does it look like? Let's discuss on that. So the first cell organelle which we are going to discuss is mitochondria. So these cell organelles are present in the cytoplasm. Organelle. Like in your body, organ does the specific function. Similarly, organelle is the term used for the smaller structures. So the first cellular organ or cell organelle which we are going to discuss is mitochondria. If you have observed, when I made the structure of the cell, I had made something oval like this with something like this. This was the mitochondria. And why it looks like that? Well, mitochondria is a very important part of the cell. So, what is mitochondria terms means? Mitos means thread and chondrial means granule. So it is made of two terms, mitochondria. Now this is a very important part of the cell and it is having a double layer. It is having two layers. Let's see how is the structure of mitochondria. So this is the outer membrane of the mitochondria. This is the inner membrane of mitochondria. Just observe that how I am labeling on only one side and make sure the line which is used for labeling should be straight. This is ribosome. The material present inside this is matrix. The fold is called cristae. So these are the important part of the mitochondria and here is present DNA. Now mitochondria is one of those cell organelles which is having its own ribosome and DNA. As you can see where it is, ribosome is here and DNA is here. So it is a double layer cell organelle and it is having its own ribosome and DNA. Now what is the function of mitochondria? Mitochondria is often called as powerhouse of the cell. Powerhouse of the cell. Now, what do you think why it is called as like that? Do you know what is the function of powerhouse? What does powerhouse does? Powerhouse is a site where power is produced and it is stored. So, mitochondria is a location or a site where the energy is produced. And how does energy produce? Yes, energy is produced by respiration or oxidation of food. So, whenever there is oxidation of food happening in the cell organelle, in the mitochondria, that energy which is produced in the form of ATP is stored in mitochondria. Now what is ATP? What is the full form of ATP? ATP is adenosine triphosphate. That is the form in which the energy is stored in mitochondria. Therefore, mitochondria is called as the powerhouse of the cell. Do remember this phrase. This is a very important phrase, and often a question is raised from this, that why mitochondria is called the powerhouse of the cell. So why it is called the powerhouse of the cell? I am repeating it again. It is called the powerhouse of the cell because it produces energy, and the energy is stored in the mitochondria for the other uses of the cell. So mitochondria is a very important cell organelle, and it is used during the cellular respiration and during oxidation of glucose. The energy is stored in the mitochondria. How is the structure? You have already seen. So let's move to the next cell organelle, that is about the plastids. So let's move to the next cell organelle. This is plastids. Now I am going to tell you one thing about this, that plastid is one of the cell organelle which is present only in the plants. It is not present in the animals. So there is no plastid in any animal cell, but it is found in the plants. Whereas mitochondria is found in both of the plant cell and animal cell. Plastid is found only in plant cell. Only in plant cell. It has some similarities related to the mitochondria. For example, it is also double membrane, and it is having its own DNA and ribosome. So genetic material and protein is there in the plastids and mitochondria. And if you remember, in your last class I have told you to write a column about the difference between the plants and an animal cell, and I told you to leave some space where we are going to add that which cell organelle is present in the plant cell and which is present in the animal cell. So one of the point is that plastid is present only in the plant cell and it is not present in the animal cell. Let's look into the structure of plastid, that how the plastid looks like. Now if you look into the diagram, you will understand the structure of plastid. Plastids are having double membrane, and it has its own ribosome, that is protein, and DNA. So let's look into the structure of plastids. Here the plastids, as I said you, that it is a double membrane bound cell organelle and it is oval in shape. There are two membranes as such, and there are thylakoids stacked on one another. This is the outer membrane. This is the inner membrane. This is stroma. These are thylakoids. And this is the space between the outer membrane and inner membrane is called inner membrane space. So the stack of the thylakoids is called as gramnum. So this is how is the structure of plastid. Now plastid are of three types. There are three different types of plastid. One is leucoplast, one is chromoplast, and one is chloroplast. I think you may be quite accustomed about the chloroplast which contain chlorophyll. So what are the significance of other plastids like leucoplast and chromoplast? So let's enlist the function of the three different type of plastids, that is leucoplast, chromoplast and chloroplast. So let's continue with the different types of plastids. As I discussed that plastids are the organelle which is found in the plant cell only. So there are three different types of plastids. The first one is chloroplast. You definitely may have heard about it. Chloroplasts are the green colored plastids which contains chlorophyll. So if it contains chlorophyll, what would be the function of chloroplast? Yes, to carry out photosynthesis. Now the next one is chromoplast. Chromo means color. So these plastids contain pigments like carotenoids, which gives colors to the flowers and the fruits. And the third one is leucoplasts. These are colorless plastids, mainly for the storage. What kind of things are stored into it? Proteins, lipids, and starch is stored in leucoplast. So, three different types of plastids are there. I am again reminding you that plastid is that cell organelle which is found in only plant cell and no animal cell is having plastid. So let's move to the next cell organelle, that is endoplasmic reticulum. So the next cell organelle which we are going to discuss is endoplasmic reticulum. Now what is the position or location of endoplasmic reticulum? Now when I was making the diagram of the cell, for example this is the animal cell and the nucleus in the center, you may have seen I draw something like this. This was endoplasmic reticulum. So endoplasmic reticulum, or they are called as ER also, is network of membrane bound sacs or tubules present near nucleus. So they connect the nucleus with the cytoplasm. Now endoplasmic reticulum is of two types. ER is of two types, SER and RER. SER is for smooth endoplasmic reticulum and RER is for rough endoplasmic reticulum. So this is for the smooth and this is for the rough. Now why it is smooth and why it is rough? Now if we look into the endoplasmic reticulum in a detailed manner, some of the endoplasmic reticulum contains structures called ribosomes, which gives them a rough structure. So RER, that is rough endoplasmic reticulum, contains ribosomes, therefore they look rough and hence they are named as RER or rough endoplasmic reticulum. So this RER contains ribosomes. Now what is the function of endoplasmic reticulum? Why it is there in the cell? Endoplasmic reticulum has various functions. One of the very important function is that the smooth endoplasmic reticulum produces these lipids. And ribosomes produces proteins. So they produce lipids and proteins. Now lipids and proteins, this is for the maintenance of the cell membrane. So the lipids and protein that is produced in the endoplasmic reticulums goes for the maintenance of the cell membrane, and that process is called membrane biogenesis. You will study more about that in your class 9th. Now apart from that, what is the function of the endoplasmic reticulum? It's just like a factory. What does a factory do? It manufactures, it packages and it transports. Similarly, endoplasmic reticulum does the same thing. It synthesizes, it modifies, and it transports the materials like the protein. Apart from that, hormones and steroids are also produced in endoplasmic reticulum, and it is also doing the detoxification of liver. So you will study more about endoplasmic reticulum in your class 9. Now for this class, you should remember that it is a structure that is tubules, like flat tubules stacked on each other, and they are connecting the nucleus with the cytoplasm. So this is about the endoplasmic reticulum. So the next cell organelle which we are going to study is ribosomes. We just have discussed about ribosomes. Ribosomes is called the protein factory. Why? Because it produces protein. Now, as we have seen that the mitochondria contain its ribosomes, the plastid contain its ribosomes, and ribosome is also present in the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So what are they? They are small granules which is present inside the cell, and they are synthesizing proteins. So ribosomes are that cell organelle which is responsible for the synthesis of the protein. So whatever protein is required anywhere in the cell, that is produced by the ribosome. These are the small granules and this is one cell organelle which is not membrane bounded. Means all of the cell organelles are having a covering on them, either single covering or double covering. For example, endoplasmic reticulum is having a single covering. Mitochondria and plastids are having a double covering. But ribosomes is not containing any membrane, no membrane. So it is also called as protein factory. There are some names given to the cell organelles, like mitochondria is called as powerhouse of the cell. The ribosomes is called the protein factory. So there are some names which is given to them due to the function they play. So do remember that the question may arise from that also. So this is about the ribosomes. Let's study about the next, that is lysosomes.